Look and see what's going on with NQ this morning as we dive into the setup. Notice that the NQ is being pretty much consolidated here. We did take out that liquidity level there. And then we did go ahead and take out liquidity down here. Go mark that off as well. And there was equal lows sitting over here. I'm actually going to mark that off as, let's see here. This is sell side right here. So there's that low there. So we had equal lows sitting over here. That was swept. So, and we're still in this downward trend here. But price can always come back up here to retest resistance here. I don't see a fair value gap sitting over here, but I have an inversion right there. That could become a resistance level for the market to come back retest. And we're going to mark that off as an inversion right here. All right, now let's go to the London high and London low for the day. I do some housekeeping here on the charts. I also noticed that there was some liquidity down here. Let's go ahead and mark that off as well. So we haven't taken out that side, sell side liquidity yet as well. So we definitely are bearish, but we have accumulation forming here. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Actually, go to the 5-minute. Here's the 5-minute right here. And we're going to mark off, let's take away the 2-minute fair value gap there. Mark off our highs and lows here of the range. This is the range high low. So range high of the London session is going to be here. And the low I'm looking for is just after 3 o'clock. So here is the low right here. So this is going to be my London low sitting over here, London low. London high is here at the top. All right, so we got a London low, London high. All right, let's see here. All right, so we got a 5-minute fair value gap sitting over here. Mark that off. And if we look at the way the markets are set up right here, it's almost telling us that we should be looking to sell back down to the London low. So if we do invert and break above here, we're chasing off the London high. And if we don't break above here, we're going to head back down to London low. All right, let's pull up the 1-minute right here. And let's do this. Sorry, this is the 2-minute, not the 1-minute. The 2-minute. So I'm going to wait and see what price does. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. We've got about 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Now, in this 10 minutes, if price moves into this 5-minute fair value gap, I might just go ahead and throw something out there because we don't expect the market to break above that area. And we can also see here, if we take a look at the 2-minute here, we can see that we had this high forming here. Price created a low. We had a break of structure here. Then we went back up north. We had another break of structure here. Then we had another high, another break of structure right here. So we are seeing the market trending lower, and therefore traders, our bias is bearish at the moment right now, according to what we see. So we have a bearish bias. We've got about, like I said, 10 minutes left. Market being a little sideways here. We saw a 5-minute fair value gap here. We also see a 2-minute fair value gap here inside this 5-minute, right here at the 5-0. So the midpoint of that fair value gap, we see resistance there. Let's just look at the range we have here. It's about 60 ticks. You see this internal low here. Where's this coming from? Let's see here. Where's that coming from? Oh, it's coming from that low. The 1-hour time frame also indicates that there is a little bit of liquidity up here at the top. Mark this as well here. And mark this off as internal buy side. This is H1. So we break through here. We may just go up there and then turn around here back down south. You can see the 1-hour time frame. And this London low, once that takes taken out, we could go all the way back down to these lows here as well. All right, back to the 2-minute. And I said to you, as the market goes to this midpoint here, I said I might just go ahead and do some scalping here. And might just go ahead and do some scalping here. Because I don't see enough volume in this to be able to pull back. And, I'm not going to make any rash decision yet. My focus is looking at, and this is a mistake we made yesterday, right? Yesterday we saw that everything was bearish. We had the ribbon showing bearish on the 4-hour, ribbon showing bearish on the 5-minute, the ribbon showing bearish on the 2-minute, and we didn't really take advantage of that. And today we're going to be a little more focused in on that. Right now the ribbons are bearish, and what I'm also seeing here is this internal. See how the high was formed here, created a low here, break of structure right there. There's another break of structure here. And you see here, midpoint, market drops 80 ticks. So there was that scalp that I was going to look for this morning. Market's going to be a little choppy. Don't see any news coming out today. Let's go take a look at the news here. And to be honest with you, I don't mind choppy conditions. As long as we can take advantage of that choppy condition, I'm okay with that. So we had, all right, so we had CPI numbers coming out higher than expected here for the UK. And then we've got 2 o'clock FOMC meeting minutes. That's at 2 o'clock today. And then tomorrow is going to be jobs out in the morning. So nothing right now coming out right now. So here is that railway track. Here off that 5-minute fair value gap here. Now I'm going to try not to get caught up in the initial emotional ride that could take place. And that could be when price starts moving, we want to make sure we have a proper set rule to want to enter that market. And if there's a railway track, traders get the heck out of Dodge, because that is a train that we just don't want to be in front of. All right. So if we sell the market short and we get a railway track going back up north, let's get the heck out of Dodge and reverse that position real quickly. Again, don't have to be as aggressive as I have. You know, you could be trading with 1 contract, 2 contracts, and slowly building to your position. That could be up to you. Got about 3 minutes left, ticking down. Actually going on to about 2 minutes left. And what I'd like to see here is price moving up into this 5-minute fair value gap. Right there, sweep the high, and then turn around, head back down south. We've got about a minute left before we get a close on this. Ideally, traders, remember, what is the ideal situation? Wait for one side to be swept, either London low, London high to be swept, and then go ahead and look for that reversal with an inversion and trade that inversion. And what we've been doing is we've been saying, hey, you know what? If the market is going to go to one of those highs or lows, we're going to go ahead and trade towards it. So there's the range. There's the low. There's the high. And we've got about 29 seconds left before it looks like we will be doing something. Like I said, I'd like to see the high being swept and then a reversal to the downside. And maybe it could be in the form of a railway track. Now, if the market continues to just push back down south again, it's going to be really tough to get in on this without risking. And this is why traders maybe put in a stop loss of 150 ticks right here. Might not be a bad idea in case you get caught up in a bad run. All right, there we go. The market's opened up. Looks like the London low is going to be swept first. Oops, look at that. This is that little reversal we try to not get ourselves caught up in. Now it's chasing after the high. Let's wait for this candle to close out. Once this candle closes out, right now I'm looking for, I'm going to click here, buy and sell. I'm going to get ready. I've got my stops, my targets ready here. And that candle is telling me possibly buy back up and north here. But the first 5 minutes of the trading session, the open, so with volatility comes in and market's trying to establish where it wants to go. It can be really good. It doesn't matter if you're buying or selling. You could be really good here, because if it's choppy, you could be making money both sides. Okay, it's going for the London low. And then the London high is going to be the next target. I'm looking for, if I get a railway track, you know what, traders? I'm going to short the market right now. Oh, hang on, damn it. I was going to catch it just before it runs down again towards that London low. Yeah, I think it's going to go for that London low. But you know what, traders? We want to maybe wait for a real good look, let's wait for a real good confirmation of whether it's going to that low. And if it does take out the low without getting us an opportunity, then it is what it is. But we don't want to get caught up in a railway track on the opposite side. Here we go. We got, what is that, 30 seconds left on this candle. So now it's looking more like it wants to go bullish here. And if we get a railway track, we're going long. I'm really going ahead and clicking long right here. Nope, not yet. Getting ready, and we're going long. So we should at least go ahead and take out this high right here. So I'm going to confirm that and move it up a little bit higher. And there it is. We're out. All right, so we did get a little railway track. Now I want to see if the market trades above this. And we made 250 on that trade. So we swept the high here. And that's what I was looking for, traders. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a sell in. We haven't not taken out sell side yet. But let's wait and see here. Go back to the 5 minute. Let's go back to the 5 minute and take a look and see the 5 minute right here. 5 minute is really choppy. We did take out that high. Market breaks above here. We're bullish towards this area here. So I'm going to put a buy in here. And yep, it looks like we're heading north, my friends. Want to see it above that 5 minute fair value gap here. And I'm going to put my stop and limit in here, and I'm going to buy. A little premature. Should have waited a little bit longer, but because we're above this fair value gap here, I'm going to buy. See, we're going to go ahead and chase after this. And what I'm going to do here is in 18 seconds, I'm going to double up on this on the first pullback. So if the market doesn't take off, I'm going to double up on this one right here. And I'm looking for a little more on this trade. I'm going to go ahead and chase after 200 on this one. Okay, so darn it. Wait, there's a pullback. All right, jumping in again. I jumped in too late. All right, so when it gets to this point, when it takes me out over here, I'm going to let this one ride all the way to this point here. So now I'm going to put my stop and break even here, and took me out. See, it bumped me out right there. I should have closed that out. All right, if it drops back down again, let's see what have I made so far. $433. All right, let's go back here. So now there's an inversion here. We could wait for price to go back in, tapping over here first, and then go ahead and turn around to the London high. Go to the 5 minute again. 5 minute candle. Let's wait for the 5 minute candle to close in 2 minutes and 50 something seconds. And if we do break above this here, we can go ahead and trade it. So let's just see. Let's see if this is not just a liquidity sweep over here at the top, and see if it actually is a confirmed entry. Here's liquidity that the price is taken out right here. I'd like to see the market come back down a little bit. There's liquidity up here at the top here we can take out. So we can see that there is a market structure shift here. There it is there. Yeah, we had a market structure shift, right? So we got an MSN developed right here. And so therefore traders, when price comes back into this area here, this is the big fair value gap here that we've got here. He has a huge fair value gap, and we've got a 5 minute. So we've got a 2 minute fair value gap sitting over here, and it's inside that 5 minute fair value gap here. So we're going to go ahead and mark that off. 2 minute fair value gap here. Price is going to tap into this area. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. 5 minute looks good. Let's keep an eye. We've got about a minute and 20 seconds. Ooh, 5 minutes doesn't look good. Look at that. So it looks like the 5 minute is holding, and we might have an inversion here. Ooh, look how deep that went down. Wow. I'm gonna bank on that being bullish still here. Let me hold a buy here. We've got about a minute left. And I'm gonna just do a 65 pip target on this one here. 65. Let's do a 65. It's volatile, but it looks like we're getting a little bit of a test here. And look at all that liquidity pull over here. We've got a 40. You know what, traders? I'm gonna buy here with a quick target over here. Let's see if this was, because this looks like just a run of liquidity here. And then I'm going to close out here. Oh, it closed me out already. All right, pull. See, this is a good liquidity run right here. And you see this. When market does this and starts pulling back up so quickly, it's inevitably want to go north again. All right, so we closed out a good trade there. Here's the 5 minutes. Going to close out in 10 seconds. When it closes out, I'm going to possibly look to see if the market can come back to this fair value gap here and retest on the 5 minute. So we're going to get a pullback, and this is going to be another buy opportunity here. And this one I could maybe run for a little bit more, but I'm going to... All right, so there's that pullback. Let's go to the 2 minute to see what it looks like. Yeah, this has got to be pushing... I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback, but I don't know if we're going to get it. I think that was all we got, that little pullback right there. Okay, so how much have I made so far? Almost $600. Looks like it's going to be my last trade right here for me today. All right, so let's just a little bit of pullback, and then I'm going to buy again. 65 pip target. There it is. All right. Bought in again. We should be able to. Now, if it goes a little lower, I'm going to go ahead and buy in again at that low, which is there. Too late, Gary. Try to get it over here. We're going to test this area. And let's see here. I'm going to click over here to close this position. Looks like I'm going to be able to close. Yep, close out. All right, so close this out, and I think I'm done. $823 for the day. Traders, yeah, that's pretty much it.